You ever notice how your child can go from completely fine to crying like the world just ended in seconds? It could be something small, the wrong cup, a toy not working. You are saying no to something simple, and suddenly tears, loud ones, and you're standing there thinking, wait, what just happened? You try to fix it. You offer something else. You explain. You even say, it's okay, it's not a big deal. But it doesn't work. Sometimes it gets worse. And deep down, a question starts forming. Why does my child cry so much? But here's the part most people don't tell you. Your child isn't crying too much. You're just not seeing what's really going on yet. In this video, I'll show you the hidden brain reason behind your child's crying and what you can do differently so you can respond in a way that actually helps them calm down. The big misunderstanding, pattern interrupt. Here's where most parents get confused. When a child starts crying over something small, we focus on what just happened. We look at the situation and think, it's just a cup. It's just a toy. It's not a big deal. And because it feels small to us, we assume our child is overreacting. But that's not the full picture. The misunderstanding is this. We judge our child's reaction based on our level of understanding, not theirs. You're looking at the moment with a fully developed brain, one that can make sense of things, adjust expectations, and stay calm. Your child can't do that yet. So when something doesn't go the way they expected, it's not just a small inconvenience to them. It feels confusing, it feels frustrating, sometimes it even feels overwhelming. And because they don't yet have the ability to explain those feelings or control them, the reaction comes out much bigger than the situation itself. So what looks like too much crying on the outside is actually a child struggling to process something on the inside. And once you stop focusing only on the situation and start paying attention to what your child is feeling, their behavior starts to make a lot more sense. Brain insight. To really understand why your child cries the way they do, you need to understand one simple thing about their brain. Your child's brain is still developing. The part that helps you stay calm, think logically, and talk yourself through a situation, that part isn't fully built yet. But the emotional part of your child's brain? That part is already very active. So what happens is this. When something doesn't go the way your child expected, even something small, their emotional brain reacts instantly. There's no pause. No, let me think about this. No ability to step back and calm down. It just feels big right away. And once that emotional part takes over, the thinking part of the brain basically steps aside. In that moment, your child can't understand explanations, control their reactions, calm themselves down. They're not choosing to cry. They're experiencing something they don't yet know how to manage. And since they don't have the words or the control to express it clearly, their emotions come out the only way they can, through tears. So when your child cries too much, it's not a behavior problem. It's a brain that's overwhelmed and still learning how to handle what it feels. Make it click. Analogy. Think about a moment from your own life. You've had a long day. You're tired, maybe stressed, maybe already overwhelmed. And then something small happens. Someone says the wrong thing. Something doesn't go as planned. A tiny inconvenience. On a normal day, you'd handle it easily. But at that moment, it feels like too much. Your reaction is bigger than the situation. Not because you're being dramatic, but because your emotional capacity is already full. Imagine you didn't have the ability to pause and calm yourself down. No deep breathing. No telling yourself, it's okay, it's not a big deal. No way to step back and think clearly. Imagine you also didn't have the words to explain what you're feeling. All you could do is express it. That's exactly what it's like for a child. Their emotions build up quickly. Their tolerance is much lower, and their ability to regulate those feelings is still developing. So when something small triggers them, it doesn't feel small at all. It feels overwhelming. And because they can't process it the way you can, it comes out instantly and intensely. That's why their reactions seem so big, because to them in that moment, they really are. Practical solutions. What to do when your child cries. So now that you understand what's really happening, let's talk about what actually helps in those moments. Because when your child is crying, your response can either calm their brain or make the overwhelm even stronger. 1. Stay calm first. Your child's brain is already flooded with emotion. If you respond with frustration, stop crying. Why are you doing this? It adds more stress to an already overwhelmed system. Instead, focus on your own calm. Even if you don't feel calm inside, slow your voice, soften your tone, because your calm becomes a signal of safety to your child's brain. 2. Acknowledge the feeling. Most parents try to fix the situation immediately, but before fixing, your child needs to feel understood. Say something simple like, "I know you didn't want this cup. I see you're upset." This doesn't make the crying worse. It actually helps the emotional brain start to settle, because your child feels seen. 3. Don't rush to fix everything. This is where many parents struggle. You try one solution, then another, different cups, different toys, distraction. But when a child is overwhelmed, solutions don't work right away. Because the problem is not the situation, it's the emotion. So instead of rushing to fix, pause. Stay with them. Let the feeling pass. 4. Use simple, gentle words. In emotional moments, long explanations don't work. Your child cannot process logic right now. So keep it simple. "It's okay. I'm here. You're safe." Short, calm, reassuring. That's what their brain needs. 5. Create a sense of safety. Sometimes your child doesn't need words at all. They need presence. Sit near them. Offer a hug if they're open to it. Stay close without forcing, because when a child feels safe, their nervous system begins to calm down naturally. Common mistake. Here's what most parents do without realizing it. They try to stop the crying as quickly as possible. Stop crying. Be quiet. You're fine. But crying is not the problem. Crying is the release. When you try to shut it down too quickly, the emotion stays stuck. And that's why it comes back again and again. Your child is not crying too much. Your child is communicating in the only way they know how. When the emotions feel too big, when something doesn't go as expected, when they feel overwhelmed, frustrated, or confused, they don't yet have the words to explain it. They don't have the ability to pause, think, and calm themselves the way you do. So instead, their feelings come out as tears. Not to manipulate you, not to make things difficult, but because their brain is still learning how to handle what they feel. And in those moments, your child is not looking for a perfect solution. They're looking for you, for your calm, your presence, your understanding. Because before children learn how to manage their emotions on their own, they learn it through you, through the way you respond when they're at their worst, through the way you speak when they're overwhelmed, through the way you stay, even when it's hard. So the question is not, how do I stop my child from crying? The real question is, what is my child learning from me at this moment? Are they learning that their feelings are too much? Or are they learning that even in their hardest moments, are they safe, accepted, and understood? Because one day, your child will face bigger emotions than a wrong cup or a broken toy. And the way you respond today becomes the voice they carry inside their head tomorrow. So you don't need to be a perfect parent. You just need to be present. And if you want to understand your child on a deeper level, not just manage behavior, but truly support their emotional growth, follow for more parenting insights that actually make a difference in real life.